and say this shit because ain't nobody else gonna be real about it. There is a big difference between and black people.
Unfortunately, no, there isn't. You see, the problem is, I first heard this distinction be made when Chris Rock and the Boondocks did it as a joke, and then y'all started to run with it without really acknowledging the fact that there were completely innocent, completely tame, subservient black people during slavery within the colonial USA that were also being called this slur, simply because of what they looked like. There were black slave owners, extremely wealthy individuals, probably considered themselves classy, but trust and believe, they were still called this slur simply because of what they looked like. There were completely innocent, completely tame, nuclear family valuing black people during the time of Jim Crow. And guess what? They were still called that slur simply because of what they looked like. It didn't matter how they were acting. You cannot separate the two terms because the people using this word maliciously saw no separation. That was the whole point of these terms. That's the whole point of racism in general. These were generalizations based on arbitrary perceptions of what makes someone black. That's why I could be the most stand-up individual in the world, but as long as I fit the archetype for what a racist individual perceives as black, I'm still going to be an N-word. You see Chardavius robbing a liquor store, and then Billy Bob down the street calls him an N-word. Are you going to agree? I know I wouldn't, because while Chardavius is being incredibly ignorant, I know that that word is not only attacking Chardavius, but it's also attacking every other innocent soul that Billy Bob puts into that racial box with Chardavius. That's why y'all got to stop trying to claim and take back these words as well. What up, my... You sound stupid. And y'all gotta stop trying to alter the meanings of these words to make yourselves feel better. Oh, well, you're not an N-word until you act enough like an imbecile. That's when you cross that threshold. I think what's happening is that some people are so prideful about and attached to their races that they want to extract anything that they believe is not representative of their race as a whole. For some black people, that's black conservatives, and for others, that's black gangsters, or as they would call them, N-words. But the problem is that there's never going to be anything that represents any race as a whole. Every race, every ethnicity, they're all going to have good people and bad people. We're all humans, but we're all individual thinkers, which is going to lead to some bad things slipping through the cracks. But that one black person's bad actions does not make them any less of a black person simply because you want to see black people as objectively good. They're not. So we need to stop prioritizing doing good to try to make a race look good and start prioritizing doing good for the sake of humanity, regardless of race.